Are you moving to Northern Virginia and you're trying to decide between living in Fairfax County versus living in Loudoun County? Well, guess what? You're in the right spot because this week's video will be the ultimate showdown comparing living in Fairfax County versus Loudoun County. In this video, we're going to compare the locations, the different style of homes. We're going to compare the differences in lifestyle, traffic, plus fantastic drone footage of Fairfax and Loudoun County all throughout this video and so much more. So sit back, relax, because we're getting started right now. Boom! Hey everybody, it's David, your favorite realtor, and welcome back to another video. Fairfax versus Loudoun County. Super excited about this week's video. So I moved to Northern Virginia in the year 2000. In my first 13 years, I lived in Fairfax County, and I've been living in Loudoun County for the previous 11 years. So if you're moving to Northern Virginia, both counties are gonna be A+ options, but there's gonna be some key differences that might sway you one way or the other. So let's get the video started right now with the first comparison, and that's gonna be the location. So both Fairfax and Loudoun County, it can be part of the suburbs of DC. And Fairfax County, depending on where you are in the county, it's gonna be anywhere from 7 to 30 miles away from Washington, DC. And some of the main towns you'll find in Fairfax, it's gonna be Reston, Vienna, McLean, Springfield, and Alexandria. Now let's look at Loudoun County. And Loudoun County is going to be located right to the west of Fairfax County. They actually even border each other. And depending where in the county, you can be anywhere from 26 to 60 miles away from Washington, D.C. And some of the main towns in Loudoun County is going to be Ashburn, Brambleton, Sterling, Aldie, and Leesburg. Now where your office is going to be located should really determine where you're going to live. If you have to go down to Washington, D.C. or Arlington for work 5 days a week, then guess what? Living in Fairfax County may be a much better option because it'll make your life way easier when it comes to your commute time. But I do know a lot of people who live in Loudoun County and work in DC, so it's definitely doable. Next, we're going to compare the population and size. So Fairfax County is going to be 406 square miles with a population of 1,150,000 people, which actually makes it the most populous county in the whole state of Virginia. And the living environment you can expect in Fairfax County is going to be a mixture of urban and suburban living. So areas like Reston, Tysons, and Alexandria, they're going to be densely populated areas with a vast infrastructure with commercial buildings, office buildings, homes, and town centers. But most of Fairfax County will be suburban living, which gives you a quieter environment, more space, and more family-focused communities. Now let's look at Loudoun County. So Loudoun County is going to be 600 square miles with a population of 413,000 people. So Loudoun County is a lot bigger size-wise, but a much smaller population. And the type of living environment you'll find in Loudoun County is split right in half. Half of the county is going to be rural living, and the other half of the county is going to be suburban living. So eastern Loudoun County is going to be the suburban side with a ton of developments, master plan communities, and one Loudoun, which is the downtown of Loudoun County. And then western Loudoun County, that's going to be the rural side, which has a much lower population, but you get a lot more land, a lot more privacy, and you can be more connected with nature. The next comparison we're going to do is Niche.com. And Niche.com is a great website that I use for rankings. And what we're going to do, we're going to see how Fairfax and Loudoun compare in terms of best place to live and which has the best school district according to Niche.com. So let's start off with the best county to live in. So Niche.com ranks Fairfax County as the third best county to live in the whole state of Virginia. And then it ranks Loudoun County as the #1 best county to live in the whole state of Virginia. They're splitting hairs here, comparing the first best county and the third best county. So really, they're pretty much very similar ranked according to Niche.com. Now let's look at schools. So Niche.com ranks Fairfax County as the 6th best school district in the whole state of Virginia. And then it ranks Loudoun County as the 4th best school district in the whole state of Virginia. So overall, very similar rankings when it comes to school districts. But both counties, they're going to feature highly rated schools, middle of the pack schools, and then lower tier schools. So this is why you definitely want to do your own research. If you're eyeing a certain neighborhood and that neighborhood goes to a certain school district, you want to make sure that those schools meet exactly where your kids' needs are. Now, as much as I love making videos about living right here in Northern Virginia, what I love even more is helping folks just like you relocate to the area. So if you're even thinking about moving to Northern Virginia, reach out to me. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me email. Just know I got your back when you move into Northern Virginia. The next comparison is going to be the homes. So both Fairfax and Loudoun County have a mix of condos, townhomes, single family homes, older homes, and new construction, but there's going to be some key differences. Let's start off with home prices. So the average sales price of a home in Fairfax County comes out to $789,000. And if we compare that to Loudoun County, where the average sales price comes out to $777,000, so it is on average $12,000 more expensive to buy a home in Fairfax County compared to Loudoun County. But this I can say about the home prices in Fairfax County. Fairfax County has a lot more condos compared to Loudoun County, so naturally that brings the average sales price down. Now if you look at single family homes, you see a much bigger difference in prices. So the average sales price of a single family home in Fairfax County comes out to $1,065,000. If we compare that to Loudoun County, where the average sales price of a single family home comes out to $1,008,000, so it is on average $57,000 more expensive to buy a single family home in Fairfax County versus Loudoun County. And it makes sense that Fairfax is going to be more expensive than Loudoun County because the closer you get to DC, the more expensive housing tends to get. Now let's look at older homes versus newer homes, and this will be one of the biggest differences when comparing Fairfax and Loudoun County. And these numbers are wild. So in Fairfax County, only 14.5% of all the homes were built after the year 2000. Now if we compare that to Loudoun County, where 53% of all the homes were built after the year 2000. So homes in Loudoun County are generally a lot newer than Fairfax County. So if you're looking for a much newer home and community, then Loudoun County may be a better fit for you. And without question, one of my personal favorite parts about living in Loudoun County is how new everything is. Newer homes, newer infrastructure, newer roads, newer town centers, newer everything. Now here's another big difference with homes in Fairfax and Loudoun County. So we're gonna look at HOAs, and in Fairfax County, 57% of all townhomes and single family homes are gonna be part of an HOA. Now if you look at Loudoun County, that number jumps up to 85% of all townhomes and single family homes are part of an HOA. So HOAs are definitely gonna be a lot more common in Loudoun County compared to Fairfax County. And one thing you see a lot in Fairfax County that you do not see in Loudoun County is, since a lot of neighborhoods don't have HOAs and much older neighborhoods, let's say for example there's a neighborhood and all the homes are built in the 50s and 60s and they're like one level ramblers, well a lot of developers will buy that property, tear it down, and build an ultra modern luxury home. So what's very common is older home, new construction home, older home, new construction home, and so on. And a lot of people just don't like that. I remember showing a house last year in McLean. It was a new construction home, $2.5 million, ultra luxury house, and it was absolutely stunning. And while I was showing that house, my client was like, hey David, this house is a 10. I absolutely love it, but I don't like that my neighbor, that's a $700,000 house. My neighbor to the right, that's a $700,000 house. And my neighbor in front of me is also a $700,000 house. And he was like, David, I want to find a neighborhood where all the homes are new and very similar. So if I had to generalize the houses in Fairfax County and Loudoun County, well, Fairfax County, they can be more expensive, smaller lots, older, may not be part of an HOA, but a lot closer to DC. And then generalizing homes in Loudoun County, they can be newer, less expensive, bigger lots, most likely part of an HOA, but you can be a lot farther away from Washington, DC. The next comparison is gonna be the Metro. So one of the best parts about living in Northern Virginia is gonna be the public transportation options. And a big part of that is gonna be the Washington Metro, which services Northern Virginia, DC, and Maryland. So Fairfax County features 13 metro stations, with the main stations being Reston Town Center, Vienna, and McLean. And most of Fairfax County, you can be no more than 15 minutes away from the closest metro station. Really, the only exception to that rule is if you're gonna live in the Centerville and Clifton area. Now let's look at the metro stations in Loudoun County. And as of 2 years ago, there was actually 0 metro stations in Loudoun County, but they finally opened the Silver Line. So now there's 3 stations in Loudoun County, with the main stations being Ashburn and Dulles International Airport. So if living close to a metro is important to you, then you can have a lot more options living in Fairfax County versus Loudoun County. Now the next comparison is gonna be traffic. So the traffic overall in Northern Virginia, it is not great. In fact, Metro Mile ranks the DC metro area as the 8th worst traffic in the whole country. And a good rule of thumb is the closer you get to Washington, DC, the worse the traffic gets. So naturally, the traffic in Fairfax County is gonna be a lot worse compared to Loudoun County. In Fairfax County during rush hour, probably 85 to 95% of the whole county, you're gonna deal with traffic. I'm talking stop and go, bumper to bumper. taking you 20 minutes to go like 3 miles. It just takes forever to get to your destination. Now, Loudoun County has way less traffic overall. So during rush hour in Loudoun County, maybe 5 to 10% max of the county you're gonna deal with traffic. Like, I'll share with you an example. If someone says, hey David, let's meet at Tyson's Corner in Fairfax County at 5 p.m., I'm probably gonna say no, because it's gonna take me an hour to get there and an hour to get back. But if they're like, hey David, let's meet in Leesburg in Loudoun County at 5 o'clock, no issue at all. It's gonna be super easy to get there just because there's way less traffic in Loudoun County. So yes, one of the biggest pros about Loudoun County is way less traffic compared to Fairfax County. But if you're living in Loudoun County, chances are you're gonna have to commute for work into Fairfax, Arlington, or even DC. So at the end of the day, you'll probably end up having the same amount of traffic as everybody else, maybe even longer because you're a farther distance away from your job. Now the next comparison is gonna be lifestyle. And if you're moving to this area, you really wanna ask yourself what your lifestyle is. Let's say you're a young professional, single, 31 years old, and you're moving to Northern Virginia and you wanna meet a lot of people in the age group. Well, guess what? Fairfax County is gonna be way better for you. Especially Fairfax County has a big mix of young professionals and families, while Loudoun County is really geared more towards families. Or are you a family of 5 relocating to the area and you don't have to commute into Washington, D.C. or Arlington for work? Let's say you work remotely so you can kind of live anywhere you want. You want kind of a more laid back pace of life, more land. Then Loudoun County may be exactly what you're looking for. So yes, Fairfax County is really geared towards young professionals and families, while Loudoun County is really geared towards families only. So that's why if you're really unsure of what area is going to fit your needs, that's why you got to reach out to me so we can jump on a call, so I can go into the key differences and we can figure out which county fits your lifestyle more. Now the next comparison is going to be safety. Now disclaimer, I'm not looking up any stats here. This is just my personal experience of living here in Northern Virginia for 24 years. And I think both overall, Fairfax and Loudoun County are extremely safe. Probably one of the safest places I've ever been. But let's look just at Fairfax County. In 24 years living here, I probably felt unsafe maybe 7 or 8 times total in Fairfax County. Now, if I compare that to Loudoun County, I probably felt unsafe in Loudoun County once, maybe twice. And really, there's only one area in Loudoun County that I really don't recommend going to. The 2 times I felt unsafe has been in this one particular area. I don't want to mention it in this video, but if you want to know, you can ask me when we jump on a call. But overall, I believe this area and region to be very safe overall. And I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. I can fly to Jacksonville, Florida this weekend, stay there for 3 days, just going around the city, and I'll feel more unsafe in 3 days in Jacksonville compared to 24 years of living here in Northern Virginia. But again, do your own research when it comes to safety. I'm just sharing with you my personal experience. The next comparison is fun things to do. Let's start off in Fairfax County. First, you can go to Reston Town Center, have a great steak dinner, or meet some coworkers for happy hour. Or do you like to go shopping? Well, you have world-class shopping at Tyson's and Tyson's Galleria, which is gonna be some of the best shopping on the East Coast. Or you can check out a fantastic concert at Wolf Trap. Or you can go hiking in Great Falls Park and see the beautiful waterfalls of the Potomac River. Or you can have a family picnic at Burke Lake Park. Now, some fun things to do in Loudoun County, and one of my personal favorite is going to the wineries of Loudoun County. So if you don't know, Loudoun County is known as DC's wine country, and it features over 40 wineries. So much fun to go there on a Sunday afternoon with your friends, enjoy some wine, and great conversations. It is a great experience overall. Or you can spend a Saturday afternoon walking around downtown historic Leesburg, grab a great lunch, and just feel the history of Loudoun County. Or head down to One Loudoun, grab a great dinner, or go watch a movie at the Alamo Draft House. And also in One Loudoun, every summer they have the carnival at One Loudoun. It's awesome. You have rides and games. Kiddos absolutely love it. Or you can take the kiddos to Holland Burney Regional Park, play some baseball, go in the skate park, go to the fishing pier and do catch and release fishing. And this is just scratching the surface of the fun things to do both in Fairfax and Loudoun County. Now, 2 great websites to check out if you're looking for more activities. For Fairfax County, go to fxva.com. And then for Loudoun County, go to visitloudoun.org. I'll leave links to these websites in the description. So yes, both Fairfax and Loudoun County are fantastic places to live, but as you see, there's definitely some key differences, but you just have to find exactly what fits your needs more. And if you want to learn more about living right here in Northern Virginia, check out these videos right here. They're gonna be great ways to continue your research, and I'll see you in the next video.